Joining me today is Dan Neidich, Chairman of the Real Estate Roundtable. Dan, could you start by telling us a little bit about some of the key policy initiatives for the Roundtable?
The kind of things we're focused on are the elements of Washington policy that can have an impact on the commercial real estate world today. And obviously, a lot of us are well aware that the commercial real estate market has significant stresses on it today. And so our policies are trying to deal with those stresses. Those stresses, to a large extent, are around the financial crisis, around the lack of liquidity that's available for commercial real estate. And so our policies are trying to do things that bring liquidity and capital into the commercial real estate markets. At the same time, being aware that ultimately the health of commercial real estate is both about capital but also about the performance of our properties. And so we're very involved with the discussions that are happening in Congress as they relate to jobs, as they relate to restructuring of the financial institutions. But again, the focus is about commercial real estate and how can we help commercial real estate get through the economic and financial crisis that we've all been living through.
And are you optimistic that we'll see some progress in some of these areas?
Well, first of all, I think that we had a very good year in terms of making progress, at least from a policy standpoint. We were able to change the REMIC rules, which allow borrowers and servicers, or special service, I guess it's really the servicers, to start a dialogue before a property is already in default. Has been an important change in the way that servicers and borrowers can deal with problems in commercial real estate. Obviously, Congress is very aware of the importance of commercial real estate to not only to the real estate industry, but to the banking industry. And so we think we're in a very good position to have significant dialogues with the key players as we try to wrestle through a lot of the issues that would impact us.
Are there any key concerns that your members have?
We think that from the commercial real estate standpoint and from a liquidity standpoint, we're really in the early innings. And while liquidity has returned to certain segments of the market, not the least of which the REIT world, which has been a tremendous beneficiary of liquidity, there are huge amounts, large sections of the real estate market that still cannot get any liquidity. And I think one of our major concerns is that as the panic has subsided in Congress, that we lose sight of the fact that we still have a long, long way to go in terms of solving the issues of the commercial real estate world, both importantly in terms of the performance of properties, the lack of lending to small businesses, and that's going to impact the performance of our properties, and then the fact that there are still large segments of the commercial real estate world that are really redlined by the banks, by the financial institutions, and we continue to think that that is something that we hope we can start to chip into over the next couple of years.
For REIT.com, I'm Matt Bishar.